This time on Andy's Motorcycle Obsessions, we don't set the float heights or bench sync the carburetors. Yes, g'day everybody and welcome back. That was my intent. Today was going to be the day where I set the float levels and then validate them and then bench sync the carburetors and have them ready to go on the bike. But I came unstuck. I dug out the tube that I used to validate the float heights, and this is one that I made for the XS1100 Mikuni SV carburetors, and it's a different thread. So I thought, alright, well I'll just grab the old float bowl bolt out of the one that was stripped, and I'll make a new adapter, and that way you can see how I make it. But alas, I appear to have thrown the bolt away. And not only that, I need an 8mm open end spanner or open end ring spanner to do the bench sync, and that's of course at work. So it'll have to wait for another day, but it doesn't mean we can't do something else. So Adrian Gotts, thank you very much. These are the new brushes that have come for the GS1000. So we can reassemble the starter motor at least, gives us something to do. So I have all the bits here in the box. This is the permanent magnet main body, this is the bearing housing, engine side, this is the bit that we're interested in, the brushes for that. That's the other end housing. That's part of the where the positive lead attaches. These are some these arrived before yours, Adrian, but I didn't use them in the end. So these were, I just gone online and searched for, I think it was 9 by 13 by whatever they are, 6 whatever brushes, and these came up. Now I was going to use them, but they're 0.8 of it, or 0.4 of a millimetre too wide, 0.8 I think, so I would have just had to put them on a bit of glass with some wet and dry, and until they fit. Everywhere else they're the right length, and they would have been fine, but we'll go with the proper thing, especially since Adrian spent the time to send them over from America. These are some other ones that I got off Ollie, actually, that I thought I might be able to adapt, but we've got the right animals, so let's use that. Rotary hose, so you can see how much these brushes have worn. And that was no longer making contact, so it was arcing across. Now that one's easy. He just slips in behind this watch spring, and then we bolt that into the housing. This other one is actually spiked on, so I just need to open that up in the vise with a little screwdriver or something, and get him out of there, and then we can look at respiking the new one. There he goes. Let's try not to snap it off. Would appear it might even be tinned on there. Yeah, I think it is. I'll put a bit of heat on there with a soldering iron, see if we can't reclaim him. Yep, my third set of hands. I've only got a small soldering iron on the go here. Might need a bigger one, we'll see. I'm just trying to put the heat in there and pull on the wire at the same time. I might have to put it in the vise. Yeah, I don't think this little soldering iron's going to cope with it. Something with a little bit more mumbo pliers. Yeah, man, she's stubborn. Just broke it. Oh, we should be able to solder the new one onto the old one. Right. It's about as close as you can get to a Del Boy cold solder, that one. But for the purpose of this, because we're going to be spiking it down anyway, I think it'll be fine. I'm sure that there'll be an electrician or auto electrician out there that'll contradict me. It's spiked and it's firm, and he can go down into his little home. Rory ho! It's fair to say I probably made that look hard. Okay. Right, so he's got plenty of tension on him. This one here, presumably can go in that way. Let's put the spring on. Alright, so fairly simple matter of just putting the assembly together. Might just sit it in the vise. Thrust washer, doohickeys. Now this, I need to be able to hold them back against the spring, get them in there. Now I need to, hang on, I need to think a bit more about this because the tang is there and that is for that recess there, so that's the orientation it needs to go in. It sits down in there like that, and hopefully part of the housing goes on there as an insulator. Let's poke him in there. Can't recall what direction that went in. However, we'll need to line up the screw holes in the bottom. Which are there. Bit all thumbs today. Let's not damage these nice new brushes. Line the tang up, push them home. I can see through to the screw holes on both of those, so that's gravy. Now how's this going to sit? That'll sit there, or it can sit there, but it's not going to sit there because that's not where the brushes are. So the brush actually needs to sit on. Oh yeah, that's alright. So I'll poke him in, thusly. Gee, they're making this look hard. There's a tang just in here, and that lines up with that, and that has lined up the bolt hole, the screw holes. So let's see if we can just get them in first, shall we? And of course they're gonna want to stick to the magnet all the way down, but just going to try and manoeuvre them into position. Be firm but fair. Now, yes, and it turns, which is a good thing. Right, let's turn our attention back to this dude here. There was this conical shaped seal that went there. In the greatest, not in the greatest condition, this insulator. Looks like it's been glued together actually. Alright, and then of course all we have left is to put on the battery cable bolt. Okie dokie, so I've stuck it in its hole. I did mention before that that insulator was a bit suspect and it's broken away. It's not going to hurt it there at the moment, but I might have to come up with a different solution. You can see the challenges before me today. I'm leaning over everything. It's such a shitty day outside. I don't want to put my bikes out in it. That's why we're doing this little job. Right, so I've stuck him back in his hole, connected the battery. I don't know how much charge is in the battery, but we'll give it a go. Oh, there's lots of stuff floating around the camshafts, etc. as well. We just need to be wary of. That should be okay. Ready. Right, engage safety squints, 2 condoms, mother on speed dial, contact. Happy days, happy days. Righto, we've got a functioning starter motor. Just need to deal with that little insulation piece of plastic that broke off here. But anyway, okay. So we've got the Spinna thing happening. So the day wasn't a total waste, even though the weather outside is absolute shite. We had wind gusts over 100 kilometres an hour last night. Took one of our umbrellas off the, even though it was folded, picked it up and threw it off the deck, and it's landed on my ute and damaged it. So anyway, all that aside, I have been ratting through the wrecking yards, and I've found a wrecking yard in Hobart, and I found a ignition switch, start button, twist through grip assembly. I think that I think will work. I've also ordered a tank liner just for security. We'll put a liner through the in the tank. Given the state of those carburetors, even though it looks okay in there, we'll just, eliminate that risk. I need to order a new kit for the petcock as well. what else? We got some electrical stuff to tidy up. Got to finish those carburetors off. I just need to assemble a couple of bits and pieces, and I can do that fairly soon. So yeah, but then we're getting close to actually wanting to try and fire this thing in anger. We'll dump the oil out of it and put fresh oil in it, because that'll have diesel in it now. But I'm not going to go to the trouble yet of putting a brand new filter in, because I predict that we'll probably be dumping that oil again. It won't hurt to give it 2 oil changes, and when I finally get it ready to the point where we're happy, I'll put another lot of fresh oil in with a filter. So we'll do that. Yeah, so a couple of little tidy up bits and pieces to do before we're ready to try and actually fire this thing in anger, but we are getting closer. So thanks to everybody who's donated to PayPal or got on board with Patreon or whatever. I appreciate all of your support, and I'm sure that Bill does too, because so far he hasn't had to put his hand in his pocket for this at all, which is amazing. I'm blown away, to be honest, by the generosity of everybody. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll catch you next time on Andy's Motorcycle Obsessions. Bye for now.